Alright, let's get back to this.
That should do it for the investigation for now.
Yeah, I get it. Without a doubt, this murder crime scene is... a locked room mystery! It's an impossible crime! The door was locked from the inside, and the only window had shutters that were also locked.
I feel like I understand how they got in and out. I don't know who the killer is, but I do understand it and out.
What are you doing?
I'm taking in this luscious...
Anyway, let's leave before the peace...
Huh? Oh.
I want to check the ladder though. I want to see what that brings me.
Speaking of which, what's this ladder?
Should we... There doesn't seem to be anything suspicious about it.
I think that kid said his dad was here to fix the clock.
Oh, so that's the clock. Was he about to head back home after fixing it? Or maybe he would...
Probably doesn't matter either way.
Well, I'll think about...
Think about it later. Why not just check it now and get it out the way?
Oh, it's you.
Over here.
Huh? What's the matter?
What's up? Find a body or something? Over here. How far does this go? Over here. Are you keeping up, Master?
While you were checking the clock tower, I took a look around the building and I found these.
Footprints?
Maybe these belong to the culprit.
What? The culprit?
And that's where the window is, right?
I'm not sure. Let's check. There are a set of footprints on the wet ground near the wall, but it's only the heel portion. The only thing I can discern is that they weren't sneakers. They could be loafers, but the footprints seem strange.
Oh? What's strange about them?
Look, the footprints are facing the wall. This looks like whoever made them was walking toward the wall.
Yeah, bro, they've been able to succeed, repelled that shit down.
Through the wall? We're dealing with wall-facing man now? First the nail.
And the end right under that window.
That's what I'm saying. He used the two dolls to repel down.
Or does it have some... to be honest, at the very...
Nah, this time he got none of the room.
He usually wears sneakers.
Does he ever wear loafers?
Sometimes, but not usually.
It would be one thing if he didn't own a single pair of loafers. But I can't rule him out yet. Still, I wouldn't want to waste the kid's discovery of these footprints.
In that case, I'll...
So,
Yeah, Oh, but don't worry.
Thank you.
I know he's worried about his dad. If while I'm at it... did you notice anything different?
My dad went out late last night to work on the clock, so I didn't see him this morning.
Okay.
He was out since last night. So he stayed the night here?
Which explains how he could have time to do the locking.
His job is to repair a clock?
He doesn't just repair them, he also sells them.
Oh, so he...
Wait, the Peacekeeper report said his occupation was unknown.
Maybe it's more convenient for them if they intend to declare him as the culprit of the Nailman murders.
Oh, he's getting framed as the culprit.
Does your dad also manage...
No, he only checks on that clock once a year. But yesterday, he got an urgent request to fix it. The clock wasn't keeping time, so he was called to repair it. My dad is usually happy to repair any clock, but he always grumbles about how much he hates the clock tower.
But who is the victim?
Why?
Because he's afraid of heights.
very
He's scared
important.
of even climbing up the clock tower.
So that means it can't be him because they used the rope to climb down, and if he's scared of heights, he would never do that.
But he bites the bullet and does his work without looking outside.
A fear of heights.
Yeah, it can't be him because
He's
one way out
afraid
to
of
that
climbing
window.
the clock tower and...
Master, you're even getting...
I'm not pretending...
This is very simple.
I
hear talking.
Let's take a look.
If all the peacekeepers wake up, they'll be sure to pay you back for this.
Everyone, please wake up. This is Amaterasu Peacekeepers, Investigation Team, Section Chief Seth Burrows. You're late. Please wake up. This is Amaterasu Peacekeepers, Investigation Team, Section Chief Seth Burrows. Hurry and wake up. Everyone, listen closely. It appears there are fools in town who do not comprehend the majesty of the Peacekeepers. Many of them have been eliminated already, but I've heard some outsiders have recently arrived. Go find witnesses and extract information to see who has interfered with us. Which means capture anyone that even appears suspicious. They may still be nearby. Oh, and did you clean up the body at the crime scene? If not, then hurry along with that. The rain in this city makes bodies rot quickly. You better hurry or it will putrefy. To speed this case along, we need to quickly deal with that nail man we arrested. We should even consider a public execution.
That's fucked up.
An execution? What do we do? At this rate, my dad...
This Seth guy doesn't care about the truth. He just wants to wrap up this case as soon as possible. In this city, what they...
Please!
The only way to save your dad is to catch the real culprit. I can do...
Really?
But...
I know it.
Alright, let's do it.
You can pass through here to get back to his street and
I
gate.
need to
Might
take a
stand
pass.
out if you're with me.
Are you sure you'll...
Yes.
Yeah, just...
Who knew some brat would save ya? You sure you want to be so quick to make promises?
I'm not very confident, but I can't ignore someone asking for help. If no one else is willing to listen, then it's up to me.
Wow, get a load of this big shot. Didn't expect that, but how do you plan to find the real culprit? By the way, if you jump into the labyrinth now, you'll be lost.
I don't ever want to go back.
Then how...
There is...
You're gonna rely on that one. What was...
I want to go back to her.
If you let them take the lead, you're gonna be out 5 million yen, right? Do you have that kind of money, Master? Or are you gonna go into debt?
Alara, Please, help me.
If Master is bowing to show respect, I guess I better do the same. Please, for both our sakes!
You're 30 minutes later than expected. So, do you have the cash?
I don't have any on me right now, but I will eventually.
Very well. I don't require you to have it immediately, but you will pay me 5,500,800 Yen eventually.
Huh? But you said it was 5 million before.
It's an additional fee for making me wait. And for the coffee. I told you I don't work for cheap.
Oh, come on.
So rootless. A greedy little money demon. I think I'll call this one Hell or...
I won't force your hand. Whatever you decide is up to you. While you think it over...
Wait.
Of course. I'll add it to the bill.
All right, I'll pay you all 5.5 million and 800 Shin, got it? Please don't have the cake.
It's a deal. I have no obligation to help others, but I work sincerely according to the payment I receive. That is my pride as a detective. I will be your eyes and limbs. And, however, know this. You are the one who was asked to solve this case. You may be a trainee, but you are still a detective. In other words, as of now,
Really, Halara?
Of course. I'm here to assist for your case.
All right.
Master has no memory and no guts. And now, talk about a triple threat!
Oh, be quiet. So, what do we do now?
To confirm, our target is the true culprit of the Nailman killings, correct?
The
As of
peacekeepers
right
have
now.
decided that the boy's father is the Nailman and arrested him. But I refuse to accept that outcome.
After we finish the investigation, we may find out the boy's father is actually the Nailman.
If that's what you conclude, then I'll believe you, Halara.
What a foolish line of reasoning. To believe in another is the shallowest concept one can. All people lie. All people change their minds. As a detective, you must suspect all others, even me.
Yup, a detective must doubt everything.
Still, I will believe what you say, Halara.
Out of the question. A detective must never overlook a mystery. A detective must always be emotions.
That's the...
You're free to think of me as you wish. However, otherwise, there is no point in continuing as a detective.
Yes, continuing as a detective. I still haven't found meaning in being a detective. What's Halara trying to make me see? I'm no good at this. Vivia?
Anyway,
Now that you
Oh, but this one
mention
actually
it,
goes.
I have no...
If you're ready, we'll start.
Oh, right.
you missed your chance to ask.
You finished investigating the clock tower, didn't you?
The past one?
These are serial killing.
Oh, so you want...
And through investigating each one, we could...
Oh, but we don't know where the other crimes took...
I already know. A secret club in Kamasaki district. A mansion in a high-end residential district.
Huh?
You think I did nothing while waiting at the cafe? I prepared by gathering intel.
That's...
With my logic. But before we head to past crime scenes, let's visit the legend's main stage.
the main stage? Oh, you mean the church?
I have yet to pinpoint the church's location.
Then we Oh, I totally forgot about him. He told me to gather everyone. Halara, let's go back to the office for now. We're already...
Very well. We can ask the chief.
You better hurry! sense of direction? Hey!
I'm sure.
Master, you gotta hurry!
It's the Peacekeepers. Stay hidden.
Huh? Oh, right. Chief. And that peacekeeper from the clock tower.
Seth Burrows. A high-ranking Peacekeeper. He's quite infamous for being sly and persistent.
Well, we sure got some heavy rain again, huh? The humidity makes my hair fuzzier than normal.
I don't care.
Huh? What did you say?
I don't. More importantly, you sent your detectives to interfere with the Nailman case, didn't you? We have witnesses.
Nailman? Now that you mention it, there was a case like that before. Oh, wait, no, I don't know anything.
This flower, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Huh?
Created by Amaterasu Corp's research, this precious work of art is adapted to Kanai Ward's environment. But unfortunately, once picked, it can only maintain its beauty for 3 hours. When something beautiful withers, it fills me with an inexplicable sorrow. I feel so sad that... it makes me want to sink a ship.
I don't follow.
The Nailman affair will be handled by the Peacekeepers. You and your team will withdraw immediately. Bring in the detectives you sent out. The Peacekeepers will take custody of them.
I don't know what detectives you're talking about, and I don't know where any of them are.
I'll wait until this flower withers. You have 3 hours. I'll not wait a second longer. If you fail to meet my demands, you will suffer the same fate as this flower.
Fine, I get it. But can't you give me more time?
He's gone.
Chief Yako, are you alright?
Oh, Yuma. And Alara, too. Yeesh, this is bad. Listen, the Peacekeepers just came by.
I know. We were watching from over there.
Huh? You were watching? Hold on. Are you two?
I'm sorry. It's a long story, but it was probably us.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Why? What's going on?
It's exactly as the Peacekeeper said. We are currently pursuing the Nailman case. We'd like to search around the church. I was about to ask you to...
Yeah, I'm real. You're gonna keep investigating? Not gonna help your chief out of a jam? Look, we've got 3 hours before I'm taken away. If that happens, the last detective agency in town is done for.
Would you rather hand us over to the Peacekeepers?
Who do you think you're talking to? I'm the chief. I'd rather turn myself in than ever sell anyone out. Though, I wouldn't want to do that either, if I'm being honest. Never mind, forget...
Man,
What should we do, Hala?
There's only one person who'll be taken into custody. It's not the chief. You will find the real culprit and turn the murderer over with enough evidence. They will...
But we only...
3 hours is more than enough. With my logic,
I don't really get it. You said you wanted to go to the church? It's for the best that I don't tag along. First... I'll be right here, waiting for good news. I'm counting on you.
Got it.
3 hours. Seriously. There's still so much I need to do.
You can get to the church from Kamasaki District. Time is short.
Let's hurry! Come on, over here! Let's hurry to the church!
So the Nailman urban legend originated at this church.
There aren't any ghosts here, are there?
What's the matter, Halara?
I hate churches.
Huh?
Because prayer is obviously inferior to payment. There is no God to save you. The lost lamb should look to detectives for help and...
I don't know about that.
Forget it. For now,
Will they even...
they can't say no if we say we're on assignment.
Is it okay to lie like that?
Whether it's okay or not is secondary. In order to achieve that, deception is at times required. Now, let us educate those who are here that their true savior isn't beyond the rain clouds.
What is it you wanted to speak about?
I've already spoken to the Peacekeepers a bunch of times. How many times do I gotta say it?
Hasn't the culprit already been arrested?
Well, I don't mind. I have time to talk.
How long are you going to stand around like some tombstone? Our time is short. Why do you think we...
Oh, yeah. We have to...
It's your move.
Do I really have to do this? I guess Halara seems intent on being the assistant.
In my opinion, it'd go much faster if Halara did this, Master.
But I have to do it. No point in wasting time thinking about it.
Time for an investigation.
And you are...
I do the odd jobs, like cleaning around the church. I also care for the forest.
Do you know anything about the Nailman?
I often patrol the woods, but I'm usually asleep at night. When morning comes around, there are dolls nailed to the trees. It's tough to clean all of them up. I've never seen the Nail Man himself, but I've seen people enter the forest plenty of times.
Have you ever talked to them?
I have, but they typically run away. I chase after them to give them back their dolls.
That makes sense.
I understand. Are you the priest of this?
That's right. Though I only became a man of the cloth in recent years, the blood of martyrs spanning centuries dwells within me. Thus, my existence is but a piece of the eternal prayers offered. That is my mission, as the divine has guided me to do.
I don't get why, but...
Do you know about the Nailman?
Of course. I have no idea how that rumor spread around. Perhaps it was even started by a wish made by those seeking
salvation. The people of this city must be crazy if they look to the Nailman.
Hey, that actually sounds kind of cool. I want to tie you up and go to a world where it's just you and me, Master.
Isn't it basically already like that? You are...
What are you, blind? I'm a nun, obviously. You got some nerve, calling me here out of nowhere. Do you know how busy I am with choir practice? I'll kill your ass and... I'll have you know, my dad is a higher up at Amaterasu Corporation. I don't care if you're on a mission from the Peace...
Right. Do you know anything about...
You mean the guy nailing up dolls? Well, whenever I've gone into the forest afterward, the dolls have names written in what looks like blood. It's creepy as hell, really. In other words, it's totally metal!
By the way, what happened to your right hand? Did you get hurt?
Hey, don't stare. I went a little overboard while practicing an instrument.
Instrument?
I'm working on this new thing I call...
Is that your dominant?
What kind of question is that? You want to die or something?
Oh, it is her...
Excuse me.
Do you even...
Huh?
What? You're investigating...
What's...
This must be the clergy member on the report.
Yeah, that's right. I was the first on the scene.
Right, it was on the report. I'm impressed Halara was able to realize it so quickly.
I've been attending every day since I was first baptized, but I don't work here, so I just love mystical places like this. I love researching this type of stuff, which is why I've been...
So...
That's an understatement.
In that case, what do you think about the clock tower murder?
I think he was...
You do?
The real Nailman of the Peacekeepers are making a big... But the Nailman is summoned through a ritual.
That's impossible.
Yeah, I get it. You probably want proof. In that case, look for a doll in the forest. You'll find a nail. Whoever's name is on it is the name. Just follow someone in town with the same name. Unfortunately, I wasn't so lucky.
I've missed him by just a hair 4 times already.
I see. So you can guess the next victim based on each doll's name tag.
I was so close at the clock tower, too.
I found someone whose name matched a name tag. And figured out I called the Peacekeepers and entered the clock tower.
Damn it! I was so close.
Guess he just wants to meet the Nailman and doesn't care about preventing the... So he's an occult enthusiast?
I've talked to everyone. Halara, is there anything you'd like to ask them?
Only end your turn once you've secured a shot at victory.
Does that mean what else should I... There have been several Nailman... Does anyone know?
You know a lot about these things, right?
Yeah. You can ask me anything. I was the first to find the body every time.
Huh?
That's
Every
crazy.
time?
Yo, that's OD suspicious.
There's no reason to look surprised. I already told. I find dolls with name tags in the fort, but every time I find...
Being the first on scene each time sounds super suspicious.
You think I'm suspicious, don't you? The first person on the scene can always lie and say they discovered the body in a locked room. But the thing is, I've never been alone when I've discovered a body. All of the crime scenes had no way in or out, so I'd open them with someone nearby, or by asking the Peacekeepers.
Yeah, but that just makes you look more
So
innocent.
the body's discovery was never done alone. If that's true, then all the rooms really were locked.
Master, why don't you ask...
Can you tell me more about each?
There have been 3 Nailman cases in the past 6 months. The first happened 6 months ago at a secret club in Kamasaki. It's essentially a members-only casino. The victim owned the place. At the time, the Nailman was just a name you'd but I had a person, and then it happened. I came across, I knew then that it had to be the Nailman.
And that crime scene was...
Yeah, all of the there's always a corpse and doll coated in nails. And also, the murderer leaves no trace behind. Isn't that bizarre? See why I'm so interested in the Nailman?
I totally get it.
Don't empathize with him.
The secret club was the first locked room mystery. As for the second, it was at a mansion in the residential area near Ginma district. About 3 months ago, the owner of the mansion was murdered in the building's study. The crime scene again took place in a locked room with a corpse and doll covered in nails inside. Consider by then, I knew the legendary Nailman had descended upon Kanai Ward. The third locked room mystery occurred a month ago. A woman, it also featured a body and a doll covered in nails. And today, the fourth, that's every single Nailman. I'm sure the Nailman will continue.
That reminds me. I know a few have been found at... Doll shop?
Huh? You haven't? Around here. All the craft shops, they were mostly souvenirs for tourists. Some places still sell them at steep. If you know where to look, you'll...
I see. So they aren't much...
Wow!
Oh,
What is it?
something strange was burning.
What do you mean?
Like, I thought it was a rope, but all
Yep.
I can say is it
knew
looks
it.
strange.
They fucking repelled down the clock
Can
tower.
you try drawing what it... It does look like some sort of bizarre rope.
It's like a centipede with legs missing from one side. Looks delicious.
I was worried that it, but I was too late. It was completely
Yeah, that is
incinerated.
rope. He used it to go
I
down.
asked around. The
It's so
incinerator.
easy.
So,
I don't even work.
only clergy can access the incinerator, but no one claims to have thrown it away.
I don't know if this has any...
It's probably the fucking guy with the blue hair, honestly.
A watchmaker was arrested earlier. He's suspected of being an... Does anyone know anything?
A watchmaker? I've asked him to fix the church clock several times.
Well, it has...
Oh, but if it were him,
What do you mean?
this city has completely... The Nail Man was born.
You mean the Nailman is what the people actually wanted?
Many would certainly deny it, but if the Nail Man acts as their agent, then that's how I see it.
It's true. The Nailman could be seen as a saint. After all, he kills the people you want dead for you. I mean, the victim had it coming for doing something worth getting killed over, right?
I think I've asked about everything I wanted to find out.
Looks like time is almost up. Let's get going.
Was that okay?
Yes, it will suffice. Thank you for your cooperation. You should study their faces well. They may end up being accused of the murders.
Definitely the blue one.
Huh?
Well, it's definitely one of them.
You need to remember every face, so you can spot them even if they flee through a crowd.
Wait! Do you mean the actual culprit is one of them?
Perhaps. There's not enough information yet to act on. We have no time to waste. Let's investigate the other crime scenes. Best not to scramble what little gray matter rests in your head. So let's examine the crime scenes chronologically.
Okay. Well, the first murder occurred at... It's the secret club,
correct?
Halara? I've been thinking. The first incident was 6 months ago, right? If we go to the crime scene now, there's nothing left to investigate.
You think it will be a waste of time?
So, you...
What? You're... now.
Huh?
I don't really get it, but... Where's the secret club? I smell a mystery. I'm all hype.
This appears to be the crime scene, but it's sealed off. They've left it like this for 6 months?
No doubt they've shirked their obligation to clean up. I suspect the peacekeepers are lazy to a fault.
Huh?
It's open. Let's go inside. The Peacekeepers may be sloppy, but even they wouldn't leave the crime scene completely untouched. The body was probably found around here. The victim's name is Sugima Iho, an old man who owned this place. His reputation left much to be desired. This place was an illegal casino operating at obscene rates. Even the cheating was rampant.
You sure know a lot about it. When did you...
I told you, I gathered my own intel while waiting at the cafe. The real interesting note is that this crime scene also had no way in or out. At the time of discovery, the door was locked from the inside.
There aren't any windows either, which is expected given that it's underground. There are air vents, but they have secure covers barring entry. Besides, no one's able to reach that high up.
No windows. The only way in and out is the door that was locked from the inside. It's a locked room mystery! Locked room mystery!
But there's not much more to investigate. We don't know what state the body was in at the time of discovery.
I told you not to worry. The conditions have all been met.
Conditions?
Don't tell me you've forgotten I'm a master detective.
Oh, your forte!
My forte is post-cognition, the power to see the past. However, it can only be used at murder scenes. Another way to describe it would be as crime scene limited psychometry, if that's easier to understand.
That's amazing!
My power allows me to see the moment the first witness saw the crime scene. Not the culprit, not the victim, but how it appeared when a third party first entered. The memory or perception of the witness does not affect my post-cognition. What I see is, when it comes to my power, the witness is not a camera or a recording device, but rather a trigger. Perhaps the best way to think of it is like a bookmark. Well, there's no point in wasting.
That power sure is convenient. It's similar to the Mystery Labyrinth, but now it's done in the real world. Although, it is limited to both the...
But still, it's amazing.
On the other hand, my master's got nothing. Master, can I...
But of course... I wonder what it's like.
Well, do I have some good news for you?
What is it this time?
Master, try to remember. Did you feel, what...
This sensation. I felt it when Aphex used his powers. Somehow, it feels like I can hear what Poochie hears. Right. I can sense whenever a master detective uses their power.
Yes, that's it! Maybe your coalescence will work now.
Coalescence?
Simply put, it's the ability to share someone else's power. On the train, you only felt the resonance of other people's fortes, but its true function is to share their powers.
Wait, then that means I can also see the scene in the past with Halara? That's amazing! Is this your ability, Shinigami?
Something like that. But there are conditions for it to activate. You must kiss someone to share their ability.
What? Kiss Halara?
Ha! I lied. Oh, did you blush? Did you really want to? You still don't know if Halara is a boy or a girl.
Oh, quit messing around and tell me how it works.
You need permission from the person sharing the ability first. Then, you must hold hands while the ability is active. That's it.
Okay, I can do that. Halara.
I need you to be quiet. I'm concentrating.
Sorry, but there's something I want to ask.
Coalescence. Hold hands. You and me.
Yes, that way I'll be able to see the past too. I think.
My sources made no mention of such an ability. In fact, you're just a trainee.
Yeah, but I just remembered I had it. Anyway, we don't have much time.
I have no intention of getting...
it's...
I despise you.
Huh?
Just the thought of holding your hand...
I didn't know you hated me so much.
Let me be clear. I despise all of humanity equally. I don't trust anyone.
I had a feeling.
Then why did you choose to...
As I told you in the beginning, as long as you promise payment...
Then please, you can add this to my bill if you...
Fine. If it's what...
I can see it! Everything looks different than a moment ago. Incredible! So this is post-cognition.
Can you really see it? So your coalescence is real. I didn't expect you to already have your own forte. Well, this does save me the trouble of reporting it back to you. But it's quite inconvenient to keep our hands joined. Very well. Go ahead and...
Me?
If you can see what I see, that would be for the best. I'm only acting as your assistant, after all. This is quite the bizarre crime scene. But unusual crime scenes are expected when you work for the WDO. Now, let's see what you're capable of.
That's...
But...
a body. I see a body. The murder scene through Halara's eyes is completely silent. There are dolls nailed to the walls and floor. And this all feels like it. There are abnormal decorations. It's a man's corpse. His body is pinned. There isn't much bleeding.
You're starting to get the...
Oh, there are marks on him. The vertical scratch marks.
The most basic of
That's thanks to everything I taught you.
This situation is identical to...
The culprit first strangled the victim to death, and then decorated the room afterward.
But why? Hey, this vent. The cover is in place, but it hasn't been screwed on. Which means it could be easily removed, right?
What are you doing? You can't touch what you see in post-cognition, even if you happen to be 3 meters tall.
Oh, I see. But I think this will be an important clue. The vent is about 40 by 30 centimeters. A thin adult can probably pass through.
I knew it.
Yeah. By the way, Yuma, did you notice the nail below the vent?
Below the vent? Huh, some of the nails are bent.
Or perhaps there's
another reason?
He clearly walked on it, like he used it to climb up into the vent. This is so obvious. I feel like this is not challenging whatsoever.
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a key.
Oh, there's a...
Seems like it. By the way, being an illegal casino, it's also a
If it was thrown in from outside the vent, it wouldn't be inside the glass.
So this is definitely...
Signs of a struggle.
The lock is broken. Maybe someone broke it and forced their way in. But from the looks of it, there's no sign.
I think that's about it.
That should do it. I've never experienced this before, but it's exhausting.
Really?
People do not believe what they cannot see.
I suppose
we still have locked room I have an idea of... The building we're heading to is access to the Gima district. Let's hurry there.